Hello. Hi everyone. We are going to prepare for a yin practice. Find a comfortable seat on your mat, cross-legged if you want to sit up on top of a blanket or a block. That would be fine. And just position yourself with a tall spine, relax your shoulders, let your hands rest in your lap, or maybe one palm resting in the other at the base of the belly. You can close the eyes and start to take some deep breaths. Just noticing the sound of your breath, the feeling of your breath. As you start to make a little bit of space for this practice in your mind and in your body, notice what incoming thoughts you find. Notice the tone of those thoughts or the theme. Perhaps you can start to disengage a little bit from what has been lingering in the mind today. Starting to search for those moments in between the thoughts, around the thoughts, those moments of clarity, or simply just presence. When you connect with those moments, take a breath, lean into them. When you can pause and lean into those moments of presence, those moments of clarity, you really empower yourself. You empower yourself with the knowledge that you have the ability to pause, to disengage from the noise, from the chatter, from anything that isn't really serving you in a particular moment in your day, in your life. And if you need to, you can just lean into the silence, into the peace, into the moments of nothingness. Breathe in deeply. Breathe out, long sigh. 2 more, breathing in. And out. Make this next one, this last breath, nice and audible on the exhale. Breathe in. Relaxing the face. Natural breathing. Bring the chin to the chest and start to blink your eyes open gently, just taking in the immediate space around you. Roll the shoulders a few times as you lift the chin, lift the gaze going forward and back. Forward and back, really paying attention to the micro, subtle movements in the shoulder joints. Reverse the motion, backward to front. Just 3 or 4 times and then relax the shoulders. We're going to do some neck rolls here. We're going to move really slow. In yin yoga, you want to really slow your movements, your focus, your breathing, slow everything down, right? If you could wind it down 50%, let's go there, right? Just slowly dipping the chin to the chest, moving the head to the left, all the way around, right. Let's go 2 times in each direction, maybe pausing when the head is all the way to one side and bringing the arm up, resting the palm on the temple just to weigh the head a little closer to the shoulder. Perhaps you want to press the palm of the other arm away towards the floor next to you, flexing the fingertips up to really get a nice stretch along the open side of the neck there, right? You can feel free to kind of just make micro movements with the neck and see where that starts to target different parts of the shoulder, the top of the shoulder. Releasing the arms, completing the round. Reversing 2 more times. Maybe you pause for just a couple of moments with the head hanging forward. Noticing that nice stretching sensation all along the back of the neck, the tops of the shoulders. Maybe even down the spine a little bit. Pay attention to any crackle pops. And then pausing once again at center. Let the eyes open gently. Breathe in. Exhale. From here, we're going to move into our first yin posture, the butterfly position. And we're going to bring the bottoms of the feet together and the knees open. Okay? You have a lot of different options with setting this posture up. You can simply come to the position just like I am. You can bring the feet in real close to your hips, right? You can also bring the feet farther away, 2 feet-ish. What that does is it targets a different part of your legs. So with the feet in real close, your target area tends to be more the groins, and with the feet farther away from you, the target area tends to be more outer hips, okay? Some of the other props you can use here might be a bolster right on top of the lap, where you can fold into either long ways or crossways over your lap, right? Again, you can kind of fold your arms forward here. You can use a block or a few books to stack under your forehead, maybe a couple of blankets, or if you just have your pillows at home, right? So the other thing I just want to point out is that if you don't want to fold forward here, you don't have to, right? Just a little bit of a forward lean, enough to get that sensation happening in your target area. So I'm going to use the bolster, and I'm even going to turn it up this way so that my arms can fit comfortably over the short edge of the bolster. I'm even going to prop my elbows up and rest my chin in my palms. I have little sore neck today, and this just helps me support my cervical vertebra. I still get a nice stretch along my spine and in the groins, which is the target area of choice, right? And we're just going to stay here for about 3 to 4 minutes. Breathe conscious, slow breaths. Breathe into the space where you are experiencing sensation. Notice that sensation. What is it like? The quality of that sensation. What is the texture? Where is it? Does it seem to ebb and flow? Does it move? Does it kind of vibrate? Inquire. Keep the breath steady, moving in, perhaps allowing exhales through the mouth. As the time passes here in this posture, you'll notice the connective tissues in the target area beginning to soften, to release a little at a time, allowing for a deeper stretch, a deeper experience within the posture. At any time, you can support your outer thighs to alleviate some of the healthy stress of the tissues in the inner or outer thighs. Really let gravity, if you don't have props in front of you, if you have the space just between you and the mat or your feet, let gravity start to assist you in opening a little more here. The weight of the head can start to pull the spine a little farther, encouraging space in between each vertebra, traction for your spine. Breathing in, let the space you're creating help move the tissues, help expand the space between the muscle fibers. Let your exhale soften, more bone, more muscle. Ultimately creating that space that you can move into, that you can lean into. 10 breaths more where you are. Noticing if there's a little more comfort where you are, perhaps eliminating some of the support, the bolster, a pillow, a blanket. Lean into the space. Slow down while you're there. When you're ready, if you're ready, knowing you can always linger as long as you need wherever we go. Only following my cues if it serves you. Walking the hands back very slowly, very gently, beginning to round up from your fold. Coming upright, pause, maybe roll your shoulders a few times. Breathe. Removing any props, and then just taking the palms to the outer thighs and very slowly encouraging the knees to come together. No rush here. Remember, slow, 50% less. And just wrap your arms around your thighs, or your shins, and give yourself a little hug, maybe resting the cheek or the forehead. Pause here and observe those sensations that hang out a little bit longer with you in those target areas around that region. What are the qualities of those sensations? Stay connected there. Take your hands to the floor behind you. Just as slowly start to straighten the legs. Flex the toes towards you. Point them. Make some rotations with your ankles. A few times in both directions. Breathing with your movements. Come upright. From here, we'll take the dragonfly posture. In Yin Yoga, the dragonfly we take one leg, actually, no, sorry, I'm thinking of the wrong one. Dragonfly is in fact a wide angle forward fold, right? So we're gonna fold in one direction and then the other. Okay, we're gonna spend about 3 to 5 minutes on each side. So we're going to start with the right leg, and when you take the dragonfly position, know that you can always support behind your knees with some rolled up blankets or a couple of pillows, especially if you are noticing any tightness in the backs of the legs or in the groins, okay? And as you prepare to fold, you might want a bolster or some other similar props to help you fold over that leg, okay? But for now, start to turn the spine towards the right leg, both hands still on the ground, just tenting the fingertips to keep a little energy there in the palms. Notice the back of the left leg, notice the left side of the body. Notice the muscles that are engaging to actually move you in this direction. Take a deep breath in, get tall. And as you exhale, start to walk your fingertips slowly forward. Just moving to about where the knee is, maybe a little beyond. And pausing here, noticing where the sensations are beginning to creep up. Okay. Maybe the palms want to connect with the ground. Your variations here are to perhaps bring the forearms to a bolster. And if you notice here, I have a bolster on the inside of my right leg, just to the inside, particularly because I'm getting a lot of tightness right here, and so I can't really go too much farther to the outside or even over the center of my leg. This is much more supportive for me. If the mobility is there, then perhaps on the outside of the leg you place a support, and both arms or maybe one arm is resting on the support as you come forward. Maybe the bolster is over this way or this way on the leg. Maybe a block supports the forehead. Take your time to support yourself however you need, right? As long as you are accessing the target area of this posture, which is the back of the right leg, a little bit of the groin, and up into the side body and the spine, right? Start to slow the breath, easing into your posture. Allowing some time to settle the muscles, to settle the thoughts, to settle the breath. Slow the breath. Hear the sound of your breath. Soften. Soften a little bit at a time. Know that your props are here to support you. Your are holding you up. What qualities of sensation begin to stand out more and more? As your awareness deepens in the body, in the tissues, as your concentration deepens, the ebb and flow of your breath. Leaning in a little at a time, finding depth, space. That inhale is creating physical space in your body. Direct that space. And each exhale invites the softening, invites the opening. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly, slowly. Press the hands round the spine. Noticing everything. Pausing when you really need to, just to absorb everything that's happening. breath help you to integrate. Slowly bring the spine back to a neutral position. Pay attention. Staying in these moments, immediately following just breathing. Still noticing. We're just going to invite some simple Qigong movements here with the hands to assist in further integration. Right? Very simple. Bringing the palms to the belly, just holding them a couple of inches off of the belly. You want to feel that kind of tension, right, between you and your body. There's a kind of magnetic quality there, right? With the palms open, breathing in, bringing them up along the front of the body, over the top and back of the head. And as you exhale, slowly retracing back to the belly. Inhaling. Exhaling. And this is a simple practice of harmonizing your chi. Two more times. Pause. Just keeping the hands floating in front of the belly. And relax. Breathe in. Exhale, turning towards your left extended leg, planting the fingertips, keeping them tented. Breathing again. Exhale and start to come into the fold on this side. Obviously, bringing in the props that you might have used on the other side. Being aware that this side might be different. Easing in. Taking your time. Paying attention to target area. Inner groin of right leg. Hamstring, groin, perhaps also of left leg. Right side of the body, the spine. When we fold, target areas can extend anywhere up along the spine. While you're here, notice the any urges to kind of force the opening, to force the posture, right? Yin yoga is a practice of allowing and yielding to your body, to what it presents to you in that moment. I'm not trying to control what that might be, the outcome or the experience. So, while you're here, practice acceptance. As my teacher put it very poetically today, radical effing acceptance. And I think that would be a good practice to invite into our daily, especially in yin yoga. So many things can pop up in a pose, surrounding a pose, surrounding your entire practice maybe. And obviously this applies to all forms of yoga practice, but in yin yoga there's so many stages in one posture. We can kind of hold on sometimes too tightly. To yield, allow, and accept wherever you are. Knowing that this is just where it is, and that's good. Breathe. Relax your face, your jaw. Find about 10 more breaths where you are. Slowly pressing round up. And turning the spine to neutral. Observing 5 rounds of harmonizing your chi. Palms come to the belly, breathe in. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Relax. Inhale. Exhale. This next posture we will fold down the middle of our dragonfly, and you can support yourself as much as you need in front of you. Sometimes I like to actually support myself at an incline, just depending on the day, how I feel. And sometimes no props is what serves me, right? Breathe in, get tall. Create a little space, and as you exhale, lean in. A little bit at a time. Allowing and yielding. And eventually accepting wherever you arrive. Take your time. There's always lots of time, especially now. I would encourage you to, if the length of time that we are spending in this particular practice isn't long enough for you, push pause. Stay there longer. Notice sensation, tension, the ebbing and the flowing, the circulation. Sometimes you can slow your awareness down enough to notice so many subtleties, maybe even the blood flowing, being pumped through your veins. Let the upper body feel a little heavier here, softening muscles of the face, the shoulders, the arms, the upper back, the middle back, the whole head, nice and heavy. Nothing to hold up here, nothing to support. Let yourself surrender, fall into this space freely and openly. Knowing that your breath and the earth hold you. A few more breaths here. Let your next inhale slowly press and round yourself up. Pausing, upright. Noticing the integrating spine. Taking the hands gently behind the knees, slowly bending and walking the feet in. Wrap your arms around the fronts of your legs. Give yourself a little embrace. Coming up. From here, we will cross our legs, come forward onto the hands and the knees. Just take a couple of cat and cow spinal movements here. Breathing in and out. Moving with the pace of your own breath. Slow, intentional. Letting the chi course through the body. We're going to set up for Sphinx pose, coming all the way onto the belly and onto the forearms. From here, just notice that the elbows are underneath your shoulders to give yourself more support. When you walk your elbows out, it takes a little more effort to stay here. Directly under the shoulders, bones stack on bones, more effortless. Perhaps staying right here In this Sphinx pose, you already notice the activity in the spine, the target area being the spine, right? Most likely the lumbar, but any part of the spine. And to be honest, I even notice it in my abdominals, right? So you can stay here. There are ways to vary this to your, or tailor it to your body's needs. You can always elevate your forearms with a blanket, even a bolster. This can help to increase the back bend that's happening, right? Now, always optional. You can use blocks. You can stack a few different blankets on top of each other. Okay. Another thing you can adjust here are the legs. Mine are just about mat's distance apart. You can take them wide apart and just see how that feels, right? Everyone's skeleton is different, so you may notice that your leg position changes the experience in the spine, in the lumbar. Maybe it opens new avenues for you. Maybe it feels completely not for you, but explore placing your extremities at different angles. See how that affects the posture. One of the wonderful things about yin yoga is how it is this kind of exploration of your own body. It isn't a one-size-fits-all or ideal image of a pose. Just staying in the Sphinx for 10, 12, 15 breaths. Noticing the quality of the energy here. Having spent a lot of time folding forward, now we reverse the direction of the spine, the direction of the energy. There we try to balance the downward moving energy with upward moving energy. And slowly, we're going to take this into child's pose, very slowly. Lowering down, planting your palms, start to round back. Noticing through every stage that you shift, the response in your tissues, that kind of rebounding effect. Start to come out of your child's pose back to the belly. Our last posture is going to be the seal. This is a very active or yang energy posture. There are a lot of variations here. If you want to come back to Sphinx, that is fine. That is a good posture to prepare the body for seal over time. Now, with seal, take the legs at least mat's distance apart. Turn the palms out towards the corners of your mat. And you will start to straighten the arms as you lift the spine into a back bend. And here we'll stay for about 10 to 15 breaths, longer if you need. Breathing, steady, natural breaths. Once you've taken 10 or so breaths, slowly lower. And come all the way to the belly, cross your forearms, rest your cheek to one side, stay there. Bring the palms to the floor, press and round back. Return to child's pose. Really notice that rebound quality in the tissues. When you can move slowly enough into the counter position of a posture, there's a lot to experience in the tissues. You can almost get a sense for their elasticity and how that has changed, might have changed, shifted, transformed. And in this observational, integrative period after the posture, you start to become a witness of the effects of the yoga. Slowly come up. We're going to make our way onto our backs. Take your time. Lying on the back of the body. We're going to prepare to take rest. If you need a little twisting before rest, especially with such a spine-focused flow. Lots of forward folding and then a little intense back bending. Some twisting would be a good way to neutralize things. Just spend a couple of breaths to several minutes if you want in a reclined twist, and do some deep breathing while you're there and twisting. Really focused breathing in twists is incredibly healing, therapeutic. Okay, and then from there, come into Shavasana. Put on a song without any words, just some ambient noise. If you have silence, just the sound of your breath would be nice. And stay there for at least 6 minutes. And if you have more time than that, take it. You deserve it. I need to go put my babies to bed. And I hope this finds you all well and safe in your homes. I miss everyone. I only just had returned and unfortunately didn't get to see all of you before we were quarantined, but that's okay. We will see each other again. Keep practicing. Practice is always there for you. And if this isn't a blessing in disguise to come meet your practice every day, I don't know what it is. Thank you.